You know, now that I think about it, there is one good thing about the Resident Evil series.
What?
It's over.
So yeah, we just saw Resident Evil: The Final Chapter, and I know you guys might not agree with this, but I really liked it.
What?
Yes, it was fun.
I know it's stupid.
Me too.
But I enjoyed it.
It's not like I wouldn't like. I'm not saying it's a good movie, but I enjoyed it. Like I enjoyed it. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun and stupid. It's definitely better than the last Underworld movie. That one was not very good.
I don't know about that.
I can't really vouch for
Blood
that
Wars
one.
felt very made for TV. This at least did feel like a movie. At least not a very good good movie.
A really wretchedly shot movie. The whole time, all that's happening, you're just getting waterboarded with this ridiculous, really quick cut, shaky cam crap.
It's not shaky cam. They just quick cutting. That's it.
Well, and tons of shaky cam. It's just.
It's not. It's just quick cutting. It's not. There's no shaky cam there. It just looks like
no,
it's.
There was.
It might have looked like shaky cam, but it's not. It was just editing. That was really bad. They just couldn't hold.
How hard is it just to hold for 5 seconds on, like?
Well, because I think they're trying to. Like, I understand if maybe, like, if the person who's in it maybe isn't a martial arts expert, he doesn't know how to do all these tricks, and he wants a stunt double. It's a good way to hide the stunt double. But even things like a tank bashing through a couple of wrecked cars, and they got it cut to it like 4 different points of view. I mean, it gives a lot more adrenaline just to hold on it for one shot. You know, like the T-1000 driving the truck through the aqueduct and
that was awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. This from here and every single degree, that's not awesome. That's annoying.
I have to add. What was the Umbrella Corporation's logic? Like, we're gonna take a note from the Bible, wipe out the entire world's population.
Well, because
just think a measly 1,000 is enough.
Well, because they're rich socialites, so they think, they're superior humans because we're rich and have perfect genes. Let's humiliate anyone who isn't.
Yeah, you know what's gonna happen to those perfect genes in about 100 years? They're gonna be inbred as fuck.
Probably, but you gotta remember they're dumb. But you gotta remember you're not supposed to side with them. They're not supposed to go, "Hey, Umbrella Corporation, yeah, you're the heroes." So it's like you're supposed to go. That's dumb.
They are talking about real concerns, like the whole global warming, overpopulation. That's real stuff. Those are real concerns.
Hardly.
What, the overpopulation or the global warming?
Both. Yeah.
Well, they're both. Well, I don't. Global population, definitely, but
that was sort of the same basic thing in Inferno, wasn't it?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
But except that was, I don't know. I just also that does bug me. That I don't really like that because that's never even brought up in the other movies. There's never anything about Umbrella wanting to cause an outbreak to create these perfect. Hell, half the movies are just them creating clones and testing stuff for some reason that makes no sense. Like,
okay, yeah, they could have used, and for any of you watching, they could have populated the world with clones. No, because of genetic degradation.
Well, yeah, because like the other movies have always been like they're making all these clones of Alice or all these people for some reason so they can test them in a real world environment or something for some reason. Like the last one did that, like where they're having they make these whole facilities of these cityscapes so they can test these clones out for some reason. I'm like, what's the deal with that?
I thought they were testing the various outbreaks.
No, they're just testing clones on, and they're making these creatures come and attack them. That's it. It's just stupid crap. It makes Phaelus goes better into it in his reviews.
Yeah, okay.
Like I said, this series I've never found it particularly like good in terms of like good movies, but I've enjoyed them. Even though I understand they're incredibly stupid. Even this one, I was just like, yeah, it's stupid, but I still enjoyed it.
I was kind of hoping to see more past Resident Evil big monsters, you know, like I was hoping
It would've been nice to see
I was
some more
hoping to see
monsters.
Nemesis again,
Well, no, because I don't know about Nemesis, but it would have been nice to see some other monsters, maybe.
like the Lickers,
I don't know. Well, they've already
Maybe.
done the Lakers like a
Yeah,
billion
that's true.
times. Just anything else, but
and they've
but
also
they just
used
kinda
the
made up their own.
Executioner.
It said they just kind of made up their own for the most part. There were some they did reuse some. Well, they've also reused the Executioner with the axe. They're used
Yeah.
in 4.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. I don't really think they. And they also brought back. They also brought a bunch of Executioners back for Retribution as well. That was another. So I'm. But yeah. The only thing though is I'm glad that they only had one character from the games, Claire. She's the only game character who was in this one. There was
Which,
the other ones
speaking of
had some
which,
others, but-
what happened to Jill?
Yeah, Jill. They don't explain what happened.
They don't have.
To,
They
the
don't
little
expect.
girl. They don't explain what happened to the little girl clone that Mila Jovovich was taking care of in the last
Also,
one.
they don't explain what happened to Leon, to
Ada.
Ada,
Yeah.
to
Barry's dad.
and Chris.
Yeah, Chris kind of, yeah, because Chris and Claire left for the last one, or in the last one, but yeah, they never explain what happens to a lot of those characters. But that's I don't know, that's not something that surprises me though, because Paul tends to do that, and the director Paul W.S. he always does that in every one of his films. He forgets something, or a character doesn't come back, so he doesn't really explain where they've been.
Yeah, and this one is back to being desert like Extinction.
Kind of, except not completely desert as desert like. But yeah, it goes back to I don't know why they're like, oh, that didn't happen. Oh no, it's happened again. It's like what?
Make up your mind.
He's very picky and choosy like that. But that's like I said. But then again, like I said, I understand those problems, and I think they're dumb. But that's partly why I enjoy them is because they're so stupid, and that makes it's just like anyone else. If anyone else was doing it, I'd be like, why are you doing that? but Paul W.S. I'm like, he can kind of get away with it. For the most part.
Yeah.
That's the because I didn't like Pompeii so much. He directed that.
Yeah. And he predicted that Pompeii was going to sweep the Academy Awards.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it knocked off 2 winners, I guess, Titanic and Gladiator. I guess the thing that screwed it up was because it also threw in some Dante's Peak.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
was the
I
guy
could,
was a
But I guess if I had a
Isaacs?
real huge problem with this movie was that there was a twist at the end I felt was kind of stupid.
Oh,
that
yeah.
I just didn't care for. But other than that, I was pretty much like, it's stupid, but I enjoyed myself.
why
for the
does
most
the
part.
Red Queen just completely change her mind in this one? She's like the she's like the nemesis in the other ones, and
No, not only in the last one where it was like, no, the Red Queen's evil again. The other ones, because the first one, the Red Queen wasn't even really evil. She was just trying to keep the outbreak at bay. The second one, she wasn't really in the second one all that much. But she was mentioned. In the third one, she was there. She was helping out the villain, who was also the villain in this one. He was the villain in Extinction. She was helping out, but she didn't really do much. She wasn't really the villain. She was just sort of
was
a
he a
helper.
religious fanatic?
But I'm trying to finish here.
Extinction?
But, and then
I
in
don't
4,
know.
that's when they're like, "Oh, the Red Queen's evil, and you have to work with Wesker," because Wesker was in the 4th one, Wesker was the villain, and then the 5th one, it was like, "Oh, Wesker was like, oh no, you have to work with me now, and the Red Queen's evil. Here, I'm going to give you the T virus back." And then in this, like, "Oh, he pretended to give you the T virus. How do you pretend?" It's like, I have T
He
virus powers
literally
again.
injected her.
What did he inject her with? Like, it's apple juice. I was joking.
yeah.
Also, wasn't he
really-
elected president of the United States, or what was left of it?
What were you gonna say, Pop?
Yeah, I don't remember a whole lot of that stuff from the other movies because they're pretty much just all the same to me. They're just all incomprehensible, mind-numbing action and nothing else. No story, no sense of humor, no small talk. It's just all a big steaming pile of nothing. That's.
I don't know. I mean, they
Honestly,
their sense of humor
this
is kind of how stupid they are for me.
yeah. Honestly, this movie kind of made me feel bad for picking on Triple X3 so much.
I don't know. I would watch this any day over Triple X. Triple X to me was just like what? It was like, I just want to leave.
Yeah.
So I don't. In terms
When
of
is
how
the next
you
movie?
hating this, I don't know how Dog's Purpose is going to be worse. That's a worse rating than this movie.
Yeah, it's not going to be worse. At least someone's going to have dogs.
The
choreography.
There's women dogs in it.
The choreography.
Zombie dogs, but
yeah,
still.
zombie dogs, sure. Sorry.
The choreography, the fight choreography is pretty good.
Yeah, it's just you can't see it.
Well, except you can't see it, so how can you tell
I can kind of
that?
see. I can tell the one guy was doing pretty well. That one, except I think that guy was an actual martial artist.
Also, I want to
not
point
follow it
out that thing that guy had, the predictive software. That
was weird.
That wouldn't work on bullets. The human mind can't process that fast enough.
Well, I guess he had robot parts. I don't know what his deal was.
And I guess because he's a robot, he's also immune to the laser.
Cyborg.
So, yeah.
Well, no, he dodged.
He bent.
He dodged.
He bent over it once, but then...
no, he dodged. He dodged every time. I saw him go...
Yeah.
He kept dodging it every time.
Well, except for the one part where he actually manages to slice off her fingers.
No, he dodged it. He dodged it. He dodged it, dude.
Because it was an X, wasn't it?
No, he dodged it. He was like, he dodged. I paid attention. I paid very close attention to the whole movie. Yeah. He dodged it.
And seriously, why don't they just start with the grid? That one is like inescapable.
Yeah,
the grid didn't show up in this one.
Is he just some sadistic asshole?
Actually, I rewatched the movie. If the guy, the first movie today, if the guy actually stepped back a bit, because they were just about to open the door, if he stepped back a bit and was stood against the door, he would have survived. Like, he would have, because the thing would have been like, it's like, door's open. He would have survived. Like, he was so close, but he just stood there like an idiot, like, I'm gonna die, instead of just stepping back. Like, if he stepped back, he would have been fine. But yeah, they should have gone with the grid again. This is the third movie they've done that laser thing. And then they also did it in one of the games as well, one of the Resident Evil games.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Umbrella.
Oh my god!
They did the lasers.
was that even in the? No, that wasn't in the original game.
No, but they brought it for the Umbrella Chronicles game because it was so popular in the movie. But yeah, it's just like, because the first movie wasn't even supposed to be even directed by Paul W.S. It was supposed to be George A. Romero, but then there was like a lot of the rights issue, and then
that would have been interesting.
I would have been curious to see what would have happened. Yeah, I would have curious to see what would have happened.
However,
I think they still have a script online, George A. Romero's script for the Resident Evil movie.
Huh.
How that would
have. I would have, if we had an ability to try, because there is a universe where that probably exists. Every choice, and I would like to go there and see what that would have turned out.
Yeah. Who knows? The franchise maybe it'll look different, or there might not have been a franchise. They might have just made 3 movies, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, he is the master of the zombie genre.
Yeah. Though he's kind of lost his touch. His last films he did, Diary of the Dead and Survival of the Dead, weren't very good.
I thought Land of the Dead. Was that him?
He did Land of the Dead, but then after that he did Diary of the Dead and Survival of the Dead, and they weren't very good. Land of the Dead was okay. Diary and Survival were really bad.
What was it? The acting... It was
okay. It was okay. I mean, there was some... Wesker, of course, Sean Roberts, who plays Wesker, is not very good. The villain, he's a good actor, but he's just kind of being evil. I'm a villain.
Yeah, I've seen him in other stuff. What's his name?
I only know from Game of Thrones. I forgot. I don't know his name, but he was in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Charles Dance.
And also the old age makeup on Mila Jovovich at the end was really bad.
Yeah, it looked like Prometheus flashbacks.
Come on!
I said Prometheus flashbacks.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Yeah, though I still in terms of recommending, if any fan of Resident Evil, I would still recommend playing Resident Evil 7 than seeing this movie. But for anyone who's a fan of the movies, at least, I would say they would probably enjoy this film. Definitely,
they probably will somehow, even though I don't know how anyone can really comprehend what's happening.
Well, I don't know. I saw most of it. It's just that it was a little fast, and I was like, "Ooh, slow down."
Yeah.
I could perceive it fine, but yeah, I do agree that there was Paul W.S. is one of those directors who just needs to learn to hold the action a bit. Unless he can do it unless it's slow motion. Like Afterlife, half of that movie is slow motion.
Yeah.
The fourth one, so I'm kind of like, can you go back to slow motion, because that seems to be the only thing you can do. Because regular motion, you're just like.
I actually want to ask, what was Umbrella's plan afterwards? Like Like,
Well, the world is ours and no one else is living in it.
yeah, but she does mention that it would probably take years for the antivirus to spread across the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And she said, my work won't be finished.
she
So
probably still has to save people, but it's she's
so
basically-
maybe it's not the last one.
Yeah,
after all.
that's what they said about Friday the 13th 4.
Yeah.
but this is
And now we've got, like,
now,
what?
and you gotta remember these movies aren't as like. Sure, the fourth one did really well in the box office because it was that there was a scene in Tokyo that happened that they shot in Tokyo and stuff, and I really got this one doesn't have that. So,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure this because I don't think they do that anymore. I understand in the '80s doing that, like it's the final chapter. No, it's not. But I don't know if nowadays they're gonna do that because video game movies aren't really that popular. So I don't really think they're gonna. I really think this is gonna be the last one, but you never know.
Also,
You might continue it somehow.
also they sort of rewrite the backstory a bit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
don't
they do. They always
yeah.
do that. Like, because I'm pretty sure the I don't remember the second one all that much, but I'm pretty sure the guy, the daughter of the girl who was inspired by the Red Queen, was in the second one alive. I think because Paul Davis has done that in all his films where he's forgotten certain continuity, he's changed some things around, or done something stupid.
No, I want to point out something. Alicia's father was killed by the frickin' bag over the. That makes no sense.
Choking with a bag. People have done that before in movies.
No, it's stupid. It's completely asinine. You want to know why? Oh, look, finger. Poke a hole in it. I'm so tired of this bull. It is completely bullshit.
Well, unless, of course, you tie them. They've done it when they've tied people down. They've tied people down and done that to them. Like, you can't really do that if you tie them down.
Yeah, but this guy wasn't.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, they should have tied him down.
He just kept...
Well, the guy
you do this!
Well, the guy who did it, Wesker, did it. He probably... Also, because you gotta remember, in that most people in that situation would just be like, they wouldn't... They'd be so trying to breathe, they couldn't react very well, so they just go, ooh! They wouldn't... Like, smart person would probably go, ooh! But a lot of people... Because... I mean, you've never been in that situation, so you can't tell. But if you or whatever, neither have I.
No, but I know... Like, but I know how to defeat it. It's so simple. It's plastic.
Yeah, but plastic can also be a little hard to break too, especially like. And also, there is a guy there. He could just go, step your hands or whatever.
No,
it is. Or I don't know.
I'm not talking about plexiglass or some thermoplastic used in space shuttles. This is the same kind of stuff used in a shopping bag.
Yeah, I know. But plastic is not. But
also, they could have. There was like. Wesker could have broken his neck or something.
Yeah, they should have done something else. But I don't know why they did. Because it looks mobbish and people like to do that.
That just freaking infuriates me every time this is used. It only works because most people are trying to get the bag over their head and don't just try to rip a freaking breathing hole. I'm sorry. This just infuriates me. Ugh.
I don't know. I don't really think I have anything else to say at the moment except for, like, you guys know this movie was pushed back or whatever?
Yeah, it was.
You know why, though,
Good
right?
Lord,
Why?
Because Mila Jovovich was pregnant.
Really?
Yeah, I'm kind of glad. Well, it makes you kind of, when you see all the scenes where she gets kicked in the stomach, I'm like, yeah, thank God they did that. Because that wouldn't have been very good.
However,
So they had
her
to
scene
postpone-
kick ass with this. That would have been funny as
The whole
hell.
movie, you're about to get your butt. She's pregnant. She beats the crap out of people while pregnant.
That would have been funny as hell.
Yeah, so they had to take a year off because she was pregnant. I just saw like an interview with her or whatever that she's like, yeah, she was pregnant, so like they had to take a year off, and then once everything was settled, they're like, okay, let's get back to it. Because of course I couldn't just okay, the baby's out, time to film.
So wait. Okay, the twist that just contradicts the entire thing. Because even in the first movie, they state that she was the informant. She was the one who was going
they still never went back into her backstory and showed her as a kid or anything. It's not
that's true.
I just thought that twist was weird because it's like, I'm just like, I just didn't see it coming. I'm just not sure about it. But yeah, they never really did show her like what she was like when she was younger or anything, or like her dad,
true.
or like it's never seen in Apocalypse like I must find my dad or something. So it's just like, But anyways, let's get to the final thoughts and grading.
Yeah. Okay.
This is stupid, but it's the kind of enjoyably stupid.
I don't get it.
What do you give it, John?
I give this a C+. Like, I mean, this series is definitely on my guilty pleasures list. I know how stupid it is, but I just enjoy the hell out of it.
All right, what do you give it, Pop?
Sorry,
okay.
I really couldn't. Just all the incomprehensible mayhem, just annoyed the living crud out of me. Yeah, I couldn't enjoy it, so since the series is hopefully over, I'm going to go out with a bang here. I'm giving an F, as in farewell to this flipping flagrant farce of a franchise.
I don't know. I still don't get, I think, I just still don't get, F. It's fine. It's fine if you don't like the film, but, the reason why I don't give F so easily is because the movie has to do something that really makes me angry. It has to, if its message, if the movie's message is something the movies, but, the reason why, I hate movies, there's certain comedies out there that, they have you're supposed to like this charming character, but he keeps doing all this awful crap. Something like that, I would probably give an F. There has to be something infuriating like that. But for me, this movie is a B+ for me. It's definitely my least favorite of the franchise.
A
definitely.
B+ is your least favorite?
I'd probably give the other ones an A- or something, because like I said, I enjoy them stupidly. For me. That's what I give movies that I enjoy for guilty pleasures or whatever. If I really just get enjoyment out of them. Yeah, but it definitely is my least favorite. I don't think it's the best. I would recommend this to fans of the movies, but I would not recommend, if you're a diehard fan of the games, I wouldn't recommend this, and to maybe most other people, because this is something I enjoy personally. But and if you enjoy the movies, if you've enjoyed all the movies thus far, you'll enjoy this, because the reason why I didn't enjoy Blood Wars is because none of the writers or director had any other involvement with the previous franchise. There was no one there. But at least with this, Paul W.S. has always been there and done. So it's still basically the same continuing whatever. So at least I think that was my main problem with Blood Wars. At least but besides it just being really stupid and the editing being really bad. So yeah.
All right. So yeah. Man, I can't wait to see what happens when Optimus Prime returns to Earth evil.
Though,
what? Of course, we didn't get the trailer for that. I'm just saying because
wait, what?
I'm really waiting for another good action movie. So.
There's John Wick coming out. That'll be good. That'll be enjoyable.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, actually, I'm looking forward to that more and more.
We've seen the 2 movies that came out this year with Ruby Rose. Now we only have John Wick left. Yeah. This one had Ruby Rose, and so did Triple X.
Yeah, and we did get that the new trailer for Logan.
Looks good.
Yeah, it does actually.
Looks pretty enjoyable.
Yeah, I can actually kind of understand the R rating because those Wolverine claws, they would do a lot of damage, and seeing how this is the last movie with Wolverine, I think
they're swearing in it too. He's going to swear.
Yeah, they would want to go all out with that.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm surprised they didn't do that sooner. It's Wolverine, dudes. He cuts and claws people. The closest I've gotten is there's an unrated cut for the Wolverine, the last one. There's an unrated cut that I have, but it's still not even that much. Huh. But the goriest I think Wolverine's ever gotten for anything is the X-Men Origins Wolverine game. That one's that was rated M, and it was really gory. So I'm glad they're kind of going for that. But I hope they don't go too far with it, maybe. Not with the gore, just with the R rating. Let's add a billion sex scenes and fart humor or something really disgusting.
Fart humor is going to cause an R rating.
That'd be hilarious, just really disgusting, crude humor. Wolverine's look at Maui.
Let's see if Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman can carry an X-Men movie without anyone else, or without Ian McKellen.
Yeah. I did check out the R rating on Box Office Mojo. It doesn't look like it's for any like Deadpool kind of reasons.
Yeah,
so.
I'm just kidding. It's never going to be that bad. It's Wolverine. It's not Deadpool.
Yeah.
But it looks good. I like it. And then there's the trailer for T2 Train Spotting, the second Train Spotting
I
movie.
haven't seen the first one.
I've seen most of it. I didn't finish it, not because it was bad. I just forgot to finish it, and then I just never got around to it because it was on. It used to be on Netflix. I think it's off now, but now I have to probably rewatch it. It was pretty good though. I don't know if it'd be the movie for Pop though, the first one, and this one too probably won't be though. I like Danny Boyle, so I'll definitely give this one a shot. I think because I really liked the first one. I think this one looks really good. It's always about like I can't remember exactly. The first one's like dealing with drugs. So the only thing that's weird is it was based on a book.
Really?
Was there a second book or something, or did the guy who wrote the book say they could? Yeah, but yeah, Trainspotting was based on a book, so I don't know why they're making a sequel. I guess just for popularity. But yeah, I think for me it looks good. I'll check it out eventually.
Hey.
All right, I'm not coming to see Dog's Purpose with you guys, so.
Are you sure? Even if you can get a free ticket?
Nope, I'm good.
All right, well. Well, now that I've had enough of that movie, I can go watch a cute German Shepherd get thrown into a river.
Well, though supposedly
I know that's not really what happened.
The movie we're about to go see, the movie you guys are about to go see has I'm surprised has a lower rating than the movie we just saw, and you gave this one an F. So you'll probably like Dog Purpose better, but
at least I'll actually be able to see the dogs in that movie. I'm sure
they had a still shot of the dogs in Resident Evil, just whenever they're action scenes. And you couldn't. Okay, so since I'm not going to be for the next one, what's next week?
Next week is Rings and The Space Between Us.
Oh crap! That's I'm not going to be there. I'm actually going next week.
I've only seen the first Ring.
Oh, okay.
We're taking a trip for some reason. James wants to go there, so we're going to visit Dad next week. So I'll try to see Rings at least. I'm probably not going to see Space, but I'm probably not going to force my dad or brother to see Space Between Us. They probably wouldn't like it, so I'm just like, and they don't even like horror movies, so Rings probably wouldn't be a good idea either. But I'll just see Rings anyways, just to get out of the way.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so long.
So long. Farewell.
Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye.
That's the continuation.